to Rinoa Review. Welcome to day 3 of the 4 Tekken movies I'll be covering. So let's see. First one was the 90s Street Fighter era violence soundtrack and fan service. Then we get downright gritty and real for the live action deal. Just 1 year later, we get a movie from Namco personally to drum on pipe for their upcoming Tekken Tag Tournament 2 game. Yeah, this movie came as a part of Tekken Hybrid for the PlayStation 3 for me personally. 1 disc, the remastering of the first Tekken Tag Tournament, and a preview of the second Tekken Tag. But today's the subject of today's review. This movie called Tekken Blood Vengeance. If you know this movie, you know it's funny I say it like that. We start with Nina Williams motorbiking around with a helmet on. But when she speaks, I figured out who it was soon enough. I was like, who is this? Oh, right. Playing chicken with a full-on truck, stating, an ambush? How cute. They collide, leaving a big explosion. God, that fire looks super realistic. Did they do some movie magic? Nina, of course, survives, as does the driver of the truck, who punches her way out, Anna. Nina throws a Fabergé egg in the air, and something shatters when they jump kick it simultaneously. I'm like, what the fuck was that supposed to be? Is that a Tag 2 nod with the items? They fight for a while, really cool. Soldiers arrive, but none of them fire even with like 20 gun sights drawn on Nina. She escapes as Anna says, she was just bit. Now we wait to see what Jin and the Mishima Zaibatsu have in order. Yeah, this be the end of Tekken 5/start of 6, where Jin takes over the Mishima Zaibatsu, voiced by Patrick Seitz? Not my first pick, but a major step up from the first animated movie dub. Jin's upset at Nina working for him, thinking this was a loss. Nina revealing at G-Core, the Zaibatsu's main competition doesn't have their hands on the specimen either. Jin tells Nina, head off to Russia. As they plan to use something, Nina says, Kazuya keeps an eye on the doctor. What if he finds out? Jin says, let him. If the world can be destroyed by a father-son quarrel, so be it. Elsewhere, G-Core does indeed have the info on the specimen. A young man named Gary Shin Kamiya. Kazuya, voiced by Kale Bear, running G-Core with Anna, has his location, Kyoto, Japan. Anna highlights Ling Xiaoyu for some reason. I guess she's closest to Kyoto. Title drop. Alright, so cool intro, all that, super serious. And then it quickly goes to anime hijinkery as Xiaoyu, voiced by Kari Karanen, you might recognize as Casca. She rides her panda, named Panda, to her usual school you might remember if you played Tekken 3, the Mishima Polytechnic High School, which apparently, according to the wiki, is a secret Tekken Force training facility. But yeah, Panda can just run as fast as a speeding car to get Xiaoyu to school on time. Or at least she thinks she is. She runs afoul of gym teacher Ganryu? Yeah, this movie's making sure you know this ain't canon. Apparently she's a bad seed, the Xiaoyu, breaking stuff whenever she participates in PE, flunking the rest of her subjects, no regards for authority whatsoever. So Ganryu tells her she'll be expelled and transferred. She pleads with the principal, who turns around and throws a knife! Ah! Split-second dodge from Xiaoyu, the principal, quote-unquote, and Anna Williams recruiting Xiaoyu to spy on Shin Kamiya at Kyogoku Academy in Kyoto. She's a student, so she'll blend right in. I guess since G-Core has her data, they can do things with it. It's never really explained how they actually force her to join. But she was just off to do the thing Anna asked, and now we have Keiji Tang as Li Xiaolan. At least this movie does him some justice. She takes part in his class as the only student. And now she's outside, figuring how she's going to stage a meeting with Shin, thinking, maybe I'll turn a corner and bump into him like some cheesy soap opera. She does indeed bump into someone, and it's... Concentrate, damn you! It's Tekken 6's Elisa Boskanovich, dressed in no way like any of the other students. Guess that's international schools for you. How exactly are you able to track this Shin with your tiny machine thingy? This movie's on fast forward more than Toshinden was. She spots Shin as a jumper? She saves him. He tells her to butt out. He just slipped. He's voiced by David Vincent, who you might recognize if you played your BlazBlue. Jin Kazama / Hakumen. The end has come. Sorry. Fighting game / internet law, I finished that sentence. Enter Alyssa, also concerned on the roof where Shin jumped. Letting Zhao Yu know, that's the second time in 3 months. So Alyssa saved him the first time. At night, Zhao Yu stealths into the boys' dorm looking for Shin. She finds that Shin and Jin Kazama went to Mishima High School, and another photo reveals that Shin's possibly a test tube baby? Or something? Zhao Yu sneaks a peek, Alyssa behind her, wondering, hey, what's going on here? So she grabs Alyssa and bails. Which apparently his shower has a TV screen where he spots the two running off. Some expensive-ass school. Turns out this Shin's working for Jikor or Zaibatsu the whole time? So the 2 suicide attempts were fake? What if he messed up his little suicide attempt? I can barely keep up with this movie's pacing. Oh. Alyssa tells Zhao Yu she's got a crush and thinks Zhao Yu a voyeur. Zhao Yu fibs and says she likes him to avoid getting 911'd. Alyssa is, a love rival. Zhao Yu then reports to Anna with Shin's class pin she picked up from him, losing it during his jump. Anna gives up more details. An entire classroom one day just went missing. Something swept under the rug. Shin's the only survivor because he can't be killed. This guy is a Gary Stu. He's got plot armor. Back to Lee's class, he talks of a temple where an earth goddess is buried underneath it, so like Jinpachi, but not Jinpachi. And no one's in the class, so Lee Chaolon doing some fourth wall tampering. I won't say breaking it, but verbally tapped the window, giving us something to remember later in the movie. Foreshadowing. Alyssa tries to ask Shin out, but he spots Zhao Yu and runs off with her. He's got 2 tickets to a Mokujin festival. Turns out the pin she got from Shin was from their old school, Mishima Polytechnic. Not a very good spy, Zhao Yu, letting your mark know all about the stuff that you know, almost letting it slip that she saw that second photo. Anyway, Shin talks about Jin and about Kyoto, about her, about how nature endures over man, and then bails once Alyssa finds him on the roof. His arm tat glows behind his bandage wrapping to conceal it. About to set some sort of trap. Alyssa's bummed, thinking she's coming on too strong for Shin, and in a matter of 30 seconds gets cheered up by Zhao Yu. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Alyssa mentions the festival has a contest for boys and girls. One of each usually end up as a celebrated couple via vote. A talent contest. They spot Shin get publicly nabbed on camera. So Zhao Yu races to enter the room and find it. Oh, it's cleared out. She believes, the video shown wasn't live at all. This was a ransom note. They wanted all of us to know about it. Alyssa's switch flips. She's lost her target, Shin. Gets orders to eliminate Zhao Yu, sends her flying out the school window. She's okay, though. She's got plot armor, too, I guess. She's off to return, not thinking Zhao Yu has main character armor and survives without a scratch on her, yeah. Zhao Yu gets on a computer trying to find info. She's got the same last name as Dr. Boskanovich, so typey, and then Anna chokes her out for snooping as usual, I see. So now she gets merc work to fight Alyssa for revenge. Oh, Zhao Yu's in the Tekken 5 orange outfit. Nice. Another really good animated fight between these two. Alyssa gets her block knocked off. I would have paid money to hear Christina Vu say, "Get ready for a surprise," before her head exploded. Was that move in Tekken 6 or a Tag 2 debut? I didn't play a crazy amount of that to know. I checked out at around 5. 5 was where I was like, and then I played 6 and was like, okay, no. I gave it a chance. I gave Tag 2 a chance. I was like, okay, because, again, I'm a big sucker for get all your cast in, fuck competitive scenes. I'm a solo player, so just give me my everyone in Smash moment. I don't know. I was all set for Heihachi to just stay dead, and then Jin Kazuya to settle things there to make way for who I wanted to be the new main. What I thought for the intro was showcasing Asuka Kazama trying to meet up with Feng Wei. Those two got most of the I'm here now. Love that intro. Sparking! I don't remember when the head bomb debuted. I do know about the chainsaw arms. So it was Zhao Yu's fight for a bit there, and once the chainsaw arms comes out, shit just gets real. Zhao Yu's like, no. Full on defense at this point. Fight goes down to Alyssa having Zhao Yu downed, asking, he was kidnapped by G-Corps, wasn't he? Zhao Yu's like, you're good at deception, you tell me. Alyssa responds, either you're lying again, or there's conflicting data surrounding this. Alyssa might have been set up too. Explosion from behind, enter Anna via chopper with goons. I guess this was to flush Alyssa out. They gang up on her wanting to get the info she knows with the Zaibatsu. Zhao Yu heroes in to back her up. Panda sweeps away these soldiers right off their feet and escapes with Zhao Yu and Alyssa until Alyssa fires up the jets, and now it's a flying speeding Panda. And now Alyssa's back to friend mode, actually owing her, thinking, if we keep owing each other, we won't have to fight anymore. Li Chaolan just so happens to excellently arrive via jogging and has him stay in his lavish palatial estate. So yeah, both girls got used, and neither the Zaibatsu or G-Corps has them. They make it under the old Polytechnic school afterwards to gather up some more clues, finding a clue about the class. Alyssa and Zhao Yu make it under the old Polytechnic school after that to gather up more clues. They find something about the class. There was something erased on the blackboard where they find another full classroom photo with Shin in it. Mutare experiment. Something where Shin is the only survivor, hence why he's being targeted. Alyssa feels a kinship with this apparently immortal Shin. Both of them non-human, used as tools. The medical document signed by, you most likely guessed it by now, Heihachi. Zhao Yu says, Heihachi died 3 years back via Kazuya, but expands what we all know about how Tekken do from 4 onward. Whenever Jin and Kazuya cross paths, Heihachi will be there too. Lei Wulong via text message appearance cameo while Zhao Yu showers. No fan service. Basically saying, hey, suspicions confirmed. No data on Heihachi actually being alive or dead. Schrodinger's antagonist. Vanish, no trace. Alyssa and Panda taking time to watch some Super Sentai show. Former gets inspired. She wants to end this war and have her feelings reach Shin. Anna and goons arrive as Zhao Yu's worried about more Mishima blood being shed. No fan service in the usual sense, but fan service in a shipping kind of way between Zhao Yu and Alyssa. Even the wiki article alludes to somebody saying such. She's exhausted from all the stuff she's been through a couple of days. So now she's just laying on Alyssa's lap. She's like, warm like my fridge. How? Just pillow talk, I guess? Alyssa plugging in her giant... She's got a giant plug via outlet. I'm surprised that even fits. But again, palatial estate. He's probably got that shit on lock. I wonder if they lean to him being like a Violet Industries. Might be where he got his house or something like that. They never show that in here, though. Unfortunate. I like his style. I like Lee. So it's good to see him do cool shit. Either during recharge or just something else, Alyssa just activates and she's like, scanning. Shin's at the Mokujin Festival at Kyoto Castle. Alright, I found him. Let's go. Goods and Anna arrived to gun down the girls, but they've already left. Send in giant robots from the opposing Zaibatsu? Wait, was that a thing? I'm trying to remember Nancy. That pain in the ass sub-boss for 6. Why do you have sub-boss and main boss be just like giant things and not just... yeah. Alyssa and Zhao Yu arrive to be lured in by Shin. Boom! Jin personally shows up to bust one side of the place down. Boom! Kazuya the other a little after that. Shin lured them all here with help from... Once again, you probably guessed it, Heihachi. So enter person thousandth or so to personally hate Heihachi. Shin's ripped, though. Just rips off his shirt and goes... But that ain't shit to big bad Heihachi. He torture racks Shin, saying he used him to lure Kazuya and Jin here. It's not for his immortality. It's the power that comes with the Devil Jin. So much for Gary's stew. So much for him being immortal. Heihachi just murks him, and they all stand around and watch the guy who said he couldn't die. With his last word says, "It's up to you, Jin." Guessing he knows Jin's whole thing of ending the Mishima bloodline for good, or their schoolmates, and just trust him more than any other. So 3 generations of Mishima thrown down, the force of the 3 punching just explodes the rest of the walls and sends Xiaoyu hurtling and Alyssa flying in to save her. Get out of here, side characters. The main protags are here to have their fight. Get the fuck going. I think Heihachi really feeling that whole I killed a guy with a Lex Luger move. I'm going to continue to do wrestling shit this whole fight. It's a triple threat, so you can say you can add that to it too. Catches a Jin missile from Kazuya and turns it into a suplex. Yeah, all attention on this fight now. Headbutt from Heihachi, a driver from Heihachi. But it's not enough. Jin takes out Heihachi in a way I can just only describe as Chun-Li animated movie style. Just punch, ora, until he's sent flying out the castle into the waiting chasm and sea. With him out of the way, it's time to get our sick new looks for Devils. Devil Kazuya. Oh, he looks so awesome. So now on even ground from being booted out as well by Devil Kazuya. Alyssa tries to interfere and gets shut down commanded by Jin. Kazuya thinking, oh, you're hiding behind her. Goes all sell to Android 16 and smashes her in 2. Xiaoyu pleading time and again to stop Jin. He too goes devil. So they have an aerial fight now while Jin is not fully in control, just lasering everything. He doesn't have the feathery wings, so I guess it's more of a ascended Super Saiyan state, because after getting smacked around, he does transform again, but now he's got the feathered wings with some cool metal trim. Time for Jin to pay his dad a receipt and sends Devil Kazuya into the suit. Quick meanwhile with Lee, pretty jovial for a guy who just had his entire estate rocked by both sisters. Anna just wants to take her sister alive. She's more about suffering. That's on brand for Anna. Back to the other fight we actually saw end. Xiaoyu yelling at Jin. If people only understand each other through fighting. What was the point of us ever meeting? Jin, still deviled up, tells her, hate can't be suppressed with reason. Gotta give in sometimes, or it'll eat you alive. I will be challenged again someday by someone more powerful. Maybe you. Either way, I'll be waiting. Heihachi shoots death again and says, I'll gladly take that challenge. And opens that slumbering coffin under the destroyed Kyoto castle via Jin's out-of-control laser from their earlier fight. Like, it moved like... That laser moved like all like whip style and just pew 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 pew. And now Heihachi's a giant rock golem now. Okay, fine movie, whatever. I was all cool with the new and controlled Devil Jin being what should have been the real antag for 7 in my opinion. Well, I say it's a rock golem, but it's all made up of Mokujins. The Moku Kaiju. But yeah, Heihachi's just like, I'm gonna kill everybody with this giant Moku Kaiju. Cause I'm Heihachi. What was his plan? He was gonna build like a giant... Like if he takes over, does he get like a giant throne? He's like, now I rule the Zaibatsu at G-Core. Let me sit here. Ah, yes. Well, I guess that's part of his trying to get the Devil Jin. He was all about that. The Mokujins try to separate when Heihachi threatens the 2 girls and Panda, who tries to defend them. But he takes over. Devil Jin shows up, snatches him, and tosses him to the ground. Xiaoyu's angry, saying, if this is all they can do, humans should just disappear. And her tears awaken the top half of Alyssa for her big hero moment. Android 16 style rocket punch. a 1-2 shot to Golgo 13 into the golem, and open Heihachi up to get third eye lasered by Devil Jin. Knowing Heihachi, he'll probably survive that too. Like I said, Tekken 5 felt like a post that was like the peak, and then to kind of jump the shark a little bit. I never played Dark Resurrection. I don't mind adding a couple new characters. They all look cool. Armor King, Lily, and Dragunov. I was okay with those. Jim calmly, after all this battle, says, "Only humans can stop their own destruction. I know you'll come to challenge me one day, Xiao Yu. I'll be waiting." As he reactivates Alyssa, who I thought reactivated herself earlier? Whatever. Jin flies off, movie over, credits. Okay, post-credits. Xiao Yu talks to the fully formed Alyssa, who with her knowledge of the Mishimas can perhaps... maybe I can come up with a weakness to the Devil Jin. As she and Xiao Yu elect to enter the Tekken tournament together, as her plan for World Peace is to open a global amusement park. Sounds ludicrously extravagant. But on brand. Actually was a Tekken 3, Tekken 4 thing for a while. Okay, now movie over. Woo! My God. Like I said, that pacing was faster than Toshinden's. And that didn't have the excuse for being only like an OVA for however long. I guess their thinking was 1 year ago, the people behind Tekken, and maybe Harada too, was like, that movie was too serious. We need to make something that's just off the fucking rails a little bit more. It's like, Tekken was... Why did I do it? Don't ask me for shit. But yeah, interesting dichotomy between the two. Like, super serious, balls on the wall. Yin and yang. Main character, Xiao Yu, sounds really neat and does hold her own, but she falls into the Tekken trope of the Mishima show. Everyone else is just a guest star supporting role. Something that ended up being even worse for characters in 7. Leroy Smith, I believe, is way too goddamn cool to not have a story ending or meat on those bones. Hell, Xiao Yu doesn't even take anybody down in this movie. Jin and Elisa win the final battle. I think I'll give it to Elisa for best character. And no, that's not the Christina V thing. I'm just... Again, she's got the whole story thing of, like, being used. She sympathizes with the new character, at least more than Xiao Yu does. Xiao Yu was just there to be the higher and kind of sort of be Yuri bit. So yeah, Alyssa. Just because she's got the most gain and lose in this, and did most of the gain and lose in this, and ended up saving the day. Worst character... Everyone else plays to the strength of their character, save for Gonryu. No Julia to Pervon, I guess, normals his ass out. An argument could be made for Xiao Yu, which... She doesn't really win any battle when she's supposed to be this really exceptional in battle. Then again, that's probably the only reason she survives Alyssa's chainsaw-based onslaught during their actual fight. Power On is just... The idea that the guys behind the Tekken cutscenes made a full-length movie. It looks immaculate. The fire from earlier, some of the buildings look really real, not just 3D models. There's clearly a lot of love put into this movie too. It's just different kind of love. You get to the newer designs for Devil Kazuya and Devil Jin, and I'm losing my shit at how cool they are. It got me hyped for the demo where the two devils are in the game. And then that was so cool they set that forward for the games for, I think, 6 and 7. Power Off. Nothing wrong with the movie per se, but don't bring your brain into you with it. This was... Reviewing it, I was like... muddled mess. It's just this lump of cotton candy. It's just sitting there. It's like, okay, it'll taste good, but not exactly something to tide you over or anything of that sort. You'll have an enjoyable time watching, despite my give-outs about it. That's what this movie is. It's so bizarre at times, it actually defies reviewing. It's not something you can look at and think it's good, but not in a fulfilling way. More like, ooh, pretty, ooh, cool. It even likes the humor a good bad movie like MK Annihilation or the Raul Julia Street Fighter movie has. So, again, Power Off just sounds like a gripe at this point, but again, I get why they did it. Again, the whole first movie was like, super serious, now we need to And now I go to the other live-action sequel on a Wikipedia page. It says it was 3 out of 10. It apparently didn't exist on anything until very, very recently. I found this somewhere on YouTube. This could be another case of I review this so you don't have to. So join me tomorrow for an impromptu ready to screw my entire schedule up with Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge. Take care, and I'm going to need a lot more Christina images to soften the blow I'll probably be dealing to myself tomorrow.
Oh, excellent.